Hi guys, welcome to today's video. I got ready since the last clip, but I wanted to do a little intro for today's video. Today we are going to be doing a reading romance books for a week. It is a week until Valentine's Day, and this is like the perfect time. I just finished Onyx Storm, and there are like 3 or 4 romance books that I've been really wanting to get to, that are like short, sweet, like authors I like. So yeah, we're just gonna see how many books I can read. Hopefully I can get like 2 or 3 in this video. I feel like I can, because I'm gonna read them a lot quicker than I did fantasy books, because Onyx Storm like was so long with like the small font. It took me forever to read, but I also like took my time. So anyway, so I think this will be a good way to like knock out a few of my books, especially from my February TBR. As you guys saw in the first few clips, I started Love on the Brain this morning. I am on page 35, so I read the first 2 chapters, and I love Ali Hazelwood's writing. I wanted to get to this before I pick up Deep End later on, hopefully this month. I haven't read an Ali Hazelwood book since, it's been at least a few months. Last one I read was The Love Hypothesis. That was a 5-star for me. I loved it. I've heard that this book is very similar, as is like Love Theoretically, like all of that. She has the same formula, but it works. And since I spaced it out, I feel like it's just gonna be a good book. I've been meaning to pick this up, and I also think it's perfect because it's pink. It's literally the best book I could have picked up for Valentine's Day. It's only about like 350 pages, so I feel like I'll be able to get a good amount in even today, and hopefully this weekend I can finish it, because I don't really have any plans. But yeah, we're just gonna do a little reading vlog. I gotta go to work, so I gotta put this on hold until this afternoon. Hi guys, it's the next day. I've been reading a lot today. I read a little bit more yesterday. Actually, I read for like about another hour yesterday. I got like just over 100 pages. I'm on page 308, so I'm definitely gonna finish this tonight. I'm very tired, even though it's not that late. This is like 350 pages, 354 page. Oh, that's the acknowledgement. 350 pages. So I have 42 pages left, and I'm reading it so quick that I think I will definitely finish it tonight. And then I'm gonna pick up another book, because like I said, well, actually I didn't say this. I just have no plans tonight. So I'm just gonna chill. It's supposed to start snowing at some point, so like it'll just be a cozy night in. I'm really enjoying this book. I mean, obviously I've like basically read it all today, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update about that. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading. I also painted my nails today, so they're pink and they like match kind of, but they're like pink chrome. Anyway, that's just a side note. Okay, I just finished this book. I ate this book, literally every single word. I ate it up. I always forget. I know I love Ali Hazelwood's writing, but I always forget just how much I love it until I'm like reading another book of hers, which actually I just picked this up today, which I wasn't planning to get right away, but this book was like, made me be like, I need it. Also the cover's really cool. I don't know if you guys can see like those little like range, like it's like textured. It's so cool. But yes, I just finished this. So it basically took me a day to read it, just over a day, if you count the 30 pages from yesterday morning. But I thoroughly enjoyed this book. It was definitely one of her more quirky books. The main character was a lot more quirky, which she always does this. Like her main characters are usually pretty quirky. I definitely felt it a lot more in this. I feel like the hair kind of gives it away too. What's his name? Levi was so like I just don't even know how to explain why I liked this so much. Like, I wasn't planning to tab anything, and like, look at that. Like, I ended up tabbing so much because I tabbed a lot of the main character because she was so funny that I was like actually laughing out loud at some of the things that she would say. And then also Levi was just broody and very like standoffish, not standoffish, but he was very quiet. Like, we thought that he hated her because she was like convinced that he hated her in grad school. And so he came off kind of cold and like just like giving her the cold shoulder, like didn't want to talk to her, tried to like kept ignoring her, whatever. They are like so made for each other. I will say my biggest complaint probably is the veganism. Like, no hate to vegans. I just found it very, I don't know, too weird for me on top of everything else. But again, that's why they're made for each other. They're both vegans. So, but yeah, I honestly, even though I just finished it, I think that it'll be like a 4.5 star because the amount of times I like literally was smiling at words on a paper, and I was just like at some of the things he was saying, and I was just like, oh my god, like book boyfriend of the year award. Ali Hazelwood just doesn't disappoint. I'm so glad I got to this book, and also that it was so good. Like, it literally follows, I think I said this in the earlier clip, it literally follows the same formula. Like, all of her books for the most part have followed the same formula, but it works every time. She literally does not miss. But I don't think it was quite a 5 star, but it was so close. And I'm trying to be less picky about like the 4.25s, 4.75. Like, it's either a 5 star or it's not. But I still do half ratings, but I feel like I'm trying to be a little bit less specific just because it got really like nitty gritty, and that's just like, you know. So yeah, I'm so glad I finished this book. Now I get to put it on my bookshelf. I think this is going to be the next book that I pick up, The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. I read the rule book by her last year when that came out. This book comes before it, but I mean, they're interconnected standalone, so I didn't really need to read this one first. I loved the rule book. Honestly, that was a 5 star for me because that book too, like, I was laughing and it was just so entertaining, but also the romance was so good. And we obviously got a little hint of these characters in it because, like I said, interconnected standalone, this book came first. But I really want to pick up another Sarah Adams book, and I think the vibes from that are the same vibes I got from Rulebook. So I'm hoping that we can like replicate those feelings with this book. I also have some tabs ready this time because I originally didn't for that, and then I was like, I gotta. So I had to even go back through and like flip through the first 10 chapters to find what I like would want to tab. That's where I'm at. I'm gonna start this. It's also another very short book. It's like literally 315 pages. I'm gonna eat dinner and then I'm gonna get to reading. Sunday. It's 8 o'clock. I am up. It's not early. Sorry about my dishwasher in the back. I should have waited until I finished filming this, but I was supposed to have a workout class at 8:20 and it got canceled, which I literally didn't even check until I went to my car. So I literally got ready, like I had to come back in, whatever. Not a big deal. I should have checked that before I even got out of bed because I was so cozy, but now I'm up. So I'm gonna have a cozy morning. I just made my coffee. So good. And now I'm going to sit down and read. I'll give you guys a little update. I read 24 pages last night. I didn't read a ton of this because in between this and my last book, I was editing a video that's actually gonna go up today. So I have a couple last minute things to do with that, but I am gonna read this after. So that shouldn't take too long, and then I'm gonna get into this again. I also, maybe I'm hopeful, but I think I could finish this today if I really wanted to, because I read the first 24 pages so fast. I'm already very like pulled in. I think I really just love Sarah Adams' writing, because this is very similar to the rule book, and I loved that book. Maybe it's just the characters too, but I don't know. So I'm definitely excited to get more into this today, if not finish it. I'm going to do my edits and then get into reading. Hi guys. So it's a little bit later. I have just been sitting all day. I've been reading and also editing. I had another video I wanted to edit, and since I have like a lot of free time on the weekend, like hours that I can do something versus during the weekday, it's just a little bit harder. So I really wanted to get this one video edited so I can post it midweek, and then I'm gonna post this video probably on Friday if I can, since it is Valentine's Day. But I wanted to give you guys a little update. I read this until about 12ish, so I put it down, but I'm on chapter 16, page 156, which is basically halfway. I don't know, it's really bright, so it's like basically halfway. I didn't really plan to tab like I had mentioned, but there's just so many things in here that I can't stop laughing at, or that I just like love between the couple. Okay, hopefully that lighting's better. Sorry, it keeps changing. There's like the sun just keeps going in and out. There's just so many things that I'm loving, just like with their literally half these tabs are like for their personalities, just like me loving their personalities. I think it's like the blue ones that are the two of them, like a scene that I like, or them interacting or something. But other things, it's just funny, which is part of why I loved the rule book so much. Like that main character, the main girl, the female main character, was so funny, and I need to go back and reread that this year anyway. First of all, I was planning on it already because I loved it so much, but like I just want to tab, like she's hilarious and so quirky, but like so funny. Basically, this book is about, did I even give a synopsis for Love on the Brain? I don't know. Basically, if I did, this next clip won't be in it, but if I didn't, that was like a STEM romance. It was like a little bit of rivals to lovers. They were on the same project. He didn't like her at all in grad school, and she was very aware of it. Anyway, that's like the general consensus. I went in literally knowing that it was about neuroscience. So yeah, this book is about a football player, which I find fitting for today because it is Sunday, Super Bowl day. Yeah, Nathan and Bree are childhood friends. They met in high school, and then now they're best friends. Something happens, and I'm not gonna go more in depth. It does say it on the back, but I didn't go in knowing this. One of my favorite tropes is in here, so I'm excited to see that continue and play out. They're both basically in love with each other, and neither of them realizes that the other person loves them, and they don't want to ruin their friendship. So, you know, they kind of like avoid talking about their feelings or anything related to the two of them not being friends. I'm taking a break from editing right now, and I'm going to read a little bit more. We'll see how much further I can get. I think I could finish this tonight if I'm being so for real. Like, I think I will. And then I have to pick out another book. I'm gonna finish this and then we'll reconvene for my third book. Probably tonight. That was so cute. Oh my God. I don't know. I'm like, when I was reading it, I was like, this like low-key could be a 5-star. There was basically no like third act conflict, which I loved. And I also just, it was the perfect rom-com. Literally the perfect rom-com. They're both such golden retrievers, and they care so much about other people, but they like don't put themselves first. So like, they're each putting the other person first about literally everything. Very acts of servicey. If you like that, you would love this. There was a lot of humor, but also the tension was insane. I swear, I don't even know at what point. It took until like page like two something. to get any sort of like them together. Oh my God, I was like pining for it. Like I was like, I need something to happen because like the buildup was just a lot. It was there. The buildup was building up. It definitely took a minute. So if you like slow burn, like this was slow burn and I loved it. Also, Sarah Adams she kind of dabbled with like some spice in the rule book. This I would say is closed door, and honestly I forget how much I love those types of romances. I don't mind spice, but I thought that this was really good and it didn't even have it. So I really enjoyed this. I think it would be maybe like a 4.5. It's definitely at least a 4.5. Maybe it'll have changed to a 5-star, but for now we're gonna go with a 4.5. So I'm so glad I finished this. It's like 8:30, so I guess I have time to read some more. I do have the Super Bowl on, which is crazy because the end of this book took place at the Super Bowl. But I think it's halftime right now. I'm not invested in this game. I just put it on. I'm not gonna stay up. I'm probably gonna stay up at least for another 30 minutes to an hour. So I don't know what book I wanna read next. I'm gonna sit on it and I'll pick a new book in the morning. I have a book that I'm reading on Kindle Unlimited right now, so I'm probably gonna just like read that tonight. But I'll be back tomorrow with my 3rd romance book for the week to round out this video. Hey guys, so it is Monday evening. I'm just kind of sitting down. I just had dinner, I cleaned up, and it is time to get into our last book of the video. I picked up The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I, for some reason, am just in the mood for this. I feel like I recently saw a good review on it. I've heard like mixed reviews, but the one I heard recently was a good review. I think I'm gonna go with this because it also, so I did read the top sentence, literally like the first sentence. So I'll read that to you guys, and it just sounds like it could be a good story. So it says, Florence Day is the ghostwriter for one of the most prolific romance authors in the industry, and she has a problem. After a terrible breakup, she no longer believes in love. It's as good as dead. So I think that sounds fun. Also, I don't know, like I just think it'll be a good book for this week with Valentine's Day. I have on my Valentine's Day PJs. My mom sent me a little care package for Valentine's Day, and I got these Trader Joe's jelly bean hearts, and they are so good, by the way. And then she also, another thing she sent me is this cute little metal bookmark. This is like a 350-page book, so it's super short, pretty much the same as the other ones. I do have to get up super early tomorrow, so I'm not gonna read for a super long time, but I wanted to get at least like 30 minutes in if I can. Also, if Allie Hazelwood has a blurb on the cover, you know it's good. Hey guys, it is, what is it? It's like 1:30 on Tuesday. I think I told you guys yesterday that I was going to start reading The Dead Romantics last night. I ended up getting to chapter 6, which is page 56. And honestly, I'm really enjoying it so far. Not a ton has happened, but I feel like these 56 pages flew by. I thought if anything I read like 20 pages, but no, it was so quick. I am definitely already interested in the story, and I do like our main character, so I'm definitely interested to see where it goes, because like I said, I only read the first like blurb on the back, which basically she doesn't believe in love right now. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. This is only the second Ashley Poston book that I have picked up. The first one was The 7-Year Slip. I thought it was good. I didn't love it as much as everyone else did. I didn't get too deep with that book, and I don't really know if I plan to with this one. We'll see where it takes us. But I'm enjoying the vibes right now. I am really happy that I picked this up when I was feeling like I was in the mood for it, because it's off to a really good start. And I don't know if that's just because of my mood and the fact that I wanted to pick this book up, or if it's because just the book is really good. Maybe it's both. Yeah, so I'm on my lunch break right now. I'll be here for probably another 40 minutes or so. So I'm gonna read. because I did already eat and I really want to get to this book, and I don't know when I'll have time later today because I have some stuff to get done. So yes, yep, we're gonna read. Later, I just got back from my workout class. I made a little bit of progress. I'm on page 91 now, chapter 10, and we are getting to the main point of the story. I believe if I read the back of the book, it would make more sense. But I had to go back to work, so it was a little bit of a cliffhanger for me because I'm so confused why this happened. I'm just I want more information, and I don't think I'm gonna get it right away. Not right away, maybe at some point. I'm sad because I'm I was rooting for them immediately. I just loved the energy and the banter, so that's really unfortunate. I'm also curious if her ex-boyfriend comes more into play at all. I feel probably not. I mean, he's just the reason that she doesn't believe in love and can't write. But we got the whole backstory, and I feel it was it was a whole chapter. I feel it was enough explanation that it should be relevant later on, maybe. I don't know. I have a few things to do tonight, and then I want to read, but nothing's changed. I'm still loving it. I feel I'm more invested now. Not that I wasn't before. I feel I've just been so into mood reading lately. And I mean, I'm always a mood reader, if we're being honest, but the books that I'm picking up when I'm in the mood for them are hitting so hard. It's my radar of what I'm interested in is 10 out of 10. It's not missing. So I hope that trend continues because that would be really fun. I'm gonna do stuff so that I can get back to reading at some point tonight. Sorry that this lighting's a little weird. I'm just doing a quick update. It's Friday, Valentine's Day. I had plans last night, so I didn't end up reading anymore. I'm still on page 228, so I have 100 pages. I can definitely finish this today, and I will. However, I don't know if this video will get up until tomorrow. Yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that quick update. I just finished this book. It's 7:30 now. I actually was almost falling asleep on the couch. You guys literally don't care, but I was almost falling asleep, and then I just didn't want to hold the physical book, so I ended up reading a photo finish, and I actually finished that. Then I picked this up. I took my time finishing it. I did really enjoy this book. I don't think it exactly went the way that I was expecting for a part of it. The only critiques I have, or things that are distracting from my rating, is I couldn't really tell what the plot was. I didn't know if it was the funeral and the preparations for that, or finishing the book, or if it was the romance. Obviously it can be all of them and subplots, but I just I feel it was not, I feel that wasn't very, it wasn't as obvious which one it was. It kind of felt at times that it just kept switching, if that makes sense. Sometimes it was just, it felt more about the funeral, and then I was oh, I completely forgot she was writing this book. But I really enjoyed Benji. I really think him and Florence are such a good match. It didn't feel super deep, but for some reason it just made sense. Their pairing and everything that you learn about them and that they talk about, I would say between 40 and 60% or something like that. It did kind of slow down for me, and I kind of was what is going on? I felt the romance took a back seat. But that aside, I really liked the beginning and I liked the ending a lot, so it all kind of held up the book still for me. The only other thing is she mentioned that she was like feeling in love a little bit too early, that I was a little bit thrown off because I didn't feel like there had been that emotional connection formed yet between the two main characters. So that threw me off, but that didn't happen again. So that was good. And it just went back to like them normal and like learning about each other. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe if you've read it, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I can't really think of the words. I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm tired or I just don't have the words for it, but that's how I'm feeling. I did really, really enjoy the ending. I did see it coming, but I don't think it was meant to be a huge surprise. I think it was definitely hinted towards, but I kind of like from the beginning, that was what I assumed happened. So it wasn't like disappointing by any means. I just expected it. Overall, a really good book. I rated it 4 stars. I kind of went back and forth because at the beginning I felt like, oh, this could be like a 4.5. I didn't think a 5-star, but I'm like, this could be a 4.5 or maybe a 5-star. And then at the middle, when I said it slowed down, I was like, oof, like I feel like it's kind of like a 3 right now if it continues this way. But then it picked right back up and I just very much enjoyed how it was all wrapped up. So final verdict, 4 stars. I'm glad I finally read this because it's been on my TBR for a while and I'm happy that I was in the mood for it and I seem to pick it up at the right time. I love when that happens. That's why I like mood reading, you know? So yeah, just to wrap up, these are the 3 books that I read in today's video. I gave this a 4-star, this a 4.5, and this a 4.5, I believe also. So overall, we had a really good reading week. You know, this is what I needed. I just needed some good romances. I've been reading a lot of series and fantasy, which I love. And I might start a fantasy after this, but I just felt like I needed like a good standalone romance, and these were exactly that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below this heart emoji with the ribbon, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.